All right, Shalom, it's your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. With that being said, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wakakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, man. And I'm just going to jump right into it. This is Amos 3:6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?" Hey, we're in that time of that trumpet being blown. You know, we've been always blowing the trumpet, but now the trumpet is being blown to its full extent. We're in that time of heavy prophecy, man, and the people are afraid. That's why you got uprisings of the people. That's why you got uh, people bugging out on social media, protests and uprisings. It's everywhere, man. The people are afraid. They're in a state of discomfort because when you're in a state of discomfort, you're in fear, and when you're in fear, you do drastic things. As we continue on, in this year of prophecy, things are going to get worse, man. They're not going to get better. They're going to get worse. There is no hope for America. Doesn't matter what president you vote for or who you elect in office. America is on a steady decline, whether you want to see it or not. And that's the majority of our people. They don't want to see it. You know why? Because they're deaf, dumb, and blind. And with that, I'm going to get Exodus 4:11. Because the Lord makes people deaf, dumb, and blind. So he's blocking them from seeing things the way they really are. They got an inkling because there's a lot of so-called conspiracy theorists out there, but they don't got the full truth, man. This Exodus 4:11. The Lord sent him, "Who has made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb or deaf or the seeing or the blind? Have not I, says the Most High." So the Most High, he blinds the minds of these people. I'm gonna get a scripture real quick, see if I can find it. This is Romans 11:7. "What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for?" Because we got a lot of so-called Jakes out there, man. They throwing a fit, man. They throwing a fit out there for the injustices that they finally see what this devil, Mr. Blanco, is capable of, man. And they think they can correct it by their own will, by their own means. What they fail to understand that this is the Lord's program and the Lord's controlling all of this, man. Okay, Romans 11:7. "What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for." And what is Israel seeking for? What is Jake seeking for? What are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? What are you seeking for? You're seeking for some type of equality in this world, but you're not gonna get it, man. And you got this rapper, O'Shea Jackson, Mr. Ice Cube. He's seeking for that, man. He's seeking for some type of justice, but what he fails to realize is that the only justice, the only recompense that we are going to get is from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So Jake is bugged out, man. But that's according to the will of the Most High. I'm going to read that back again. "What then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it." The election, the small remnant of men, the Lord has revealed this truth to. Most High willing, we be that men. We be those men, but the election have obtained it. Obtain what? Obtain what we obtain what Jake is seeking for, which is the truth, ultimately the truth. We're not seeking for no injustice in this world. We don't expect Esau to give us some type of recompense for the things that he done to the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. But we obtained it already. We obtained our truth. We obtained our explanation of why things the way they are. We know who the devil is. We know what his mission is. We know what he's going to do. And we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai that all the things that he's going to do is going to be of no benefit to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. The program that he has planned for you is not to our benefit. It's not to the benefit of Israel as a whole. And to understand that, just read Revelation 12:12, the devil coming down in great wrath. We understand that was coming, but we obtain the understanding of it. We obtain the truth. And we know where our recompense is coming from. We know where our justice is coming from. We know where our payback's coming from. We know when we're gonna be when we're gonna be recompensed. Because we're not the elected are not looking for equality. We don't seek to be equal with Mr. Blanco. We seek to be superior to him and superior to the rest of the nations in strength and righteousness in the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Run that back again. What then? Israel not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election obtained it, and the rest were blinded, man. So the majority of the world, the majority of you 2/3, all you 2/3, Salakia, you're blinded, man. O'Shea Jackson is blinded. He doesn't know the truth. All these other so-called woke rappers, they're blinded. They can't accept this, man. Because if they knew the truth, they wouldn't try to be making deals with the devil. They wouldn't try to be bargaining with our enemy. Verse 8, according as it is written, Yahweh has given them a spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day, man. Because that's going back all the way to the ancient days. Because our people are stiff-necked and hard-headed, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're stiff-necked and hard-headed people that follow your lust, that follow your flesh, that follow pleasure. And with that, I'm going to get Slakia. I'm going to get 2 Chronicles 15 and 13. Because 2/3 of our people are destined for death, man. And there's a reason why there's a reason why they're destined for death. And because the Lord has blinded them. They blinded them to the fact that blinded them to the fact of this truth, and blinding him to the seeking of the Most High. Because they're seeking their way upon this world in their protests and their uprisings, and they're crying out, for this, that, and the other. But what they're not doing, and what they fail to do, is they're not seeking the Lord. They're thinking election's going to win it. Election's going to help them. Voting in Donald Trump is going to help them, or Biden, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But that's why they're destined for death. I'm going to get this right here. It's 2 Chronicles 15:13, that whosoever would not seek the Lord power of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. So that's why 2/3 of our people are destined for death, man. Because the Spirit is on them not to seek this word, not to seek the Lord, not to seek the truth. They're blinded by the philosophies of this world. It was that I'm going to get Isaiah 31 and 2. Because the brothers in the truth, we know the times that we're living in, man. We know the outcome of it all. We know the things that are going to happen. That's why we don't worry. We don't register to vote. We're not hoping that Donald J. Trump is going to do something for the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We know what Esau's program is already, man. And we know it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai according to the scriptures. So I'm going to get this Isaiah 31 and 2. And it says, Salakia, 31 and 1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. And that's what 2/3 of our people do. They go to Egypt. They're looking for Egypt, which is America, symbolic of America, for help, man. That's why you got these rappers, promoting going to the polls, promoting some kind of change for our people. They're going to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots. Basically he's trusting in Esau and his might, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek they the Most High. And so here it is, man. You come down to verse 3, it says, now the Egyptians are men, and not power, and the horse is flesh and not spirit. So we're trusting in the power and spirit, man. You Jakes are not trusting in that. You 2/3 are not trusting in the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You're trusting in your ability to vote and your ability to make change, which is nothing. You don't see it, man. You don't see Esau Edom revving up to hunt you down. Hey, they got militias. They got them Proud Boys, man. And what did Donald Trump say to them Proud Boys? Was it stand by, stand ready, stand by, something like that. Stand off and stand by. You know, hey, when you tell someone to stand by, you're telling them to you know, to what's the word I'm trying to look for? Retreat and get ready for attack. Salaki, I got an interruption, but get back into it. It says Isaiah 31:3 says, now the Egyptians are men and not God, and their horses flesh and not spirit. The Lord shall stretch out his hands, both he that helpeth shall fall, he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all Salaki, and they all shall fail together, man. Hey, so that's we know that what the outcome is, man. That's what the outcome is. Ultimately, the outcome is gonna be the destruction of America, man. I'm gonna get Isaiah 37:26. Isaiah 37:26. It says, Hast thou not heard long ago how I have done it? And of ancient times how I have formed it? Now have I brought it to pass that thou shouldest be laid waste the fenced cities into ruinous heaps, man. So just like he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah into a ruinous heap, America's gonna be a ruinous heap. America's a defense city because they proclaim to have the strongest military in the whole world. But guess what? They're gonna be put into a ruinous heap. Instead, I'm gonna get 2 Ezra 15:6. Salak. It says, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled, man. So that's why there's judgment coming upon America, man. Wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth via America. America has polluted the whole earth. America is an inventor of every wicked device, every evil, every abomination that is in the world right now. America rules. Number one export is wickedness. That's why when you read in Babylon, something Revelation talk about how all the nations got drunk off the whore of Babylon, man. Roughly paraphrased. You know? So I'm gonna run that back again. For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the whoreful works are fulfilled. And if you go to Micah 2:10, let's get it real quick. It uses that same word polluted. So it's talking about, so you know that it's talking about America, man. Because the wicked Esau Edom rules here in America. Get the Micah 2:10. This is Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. What's polluted? America, man. It shall destroy you even with a sword destruction. So everything in America is for your downfall. It's for your for your destruction, man. Plain and simple. So like I'm gonna get Isaiah 24:15. Just a few more scriptures. Isaiah 24:15. So wherefore glorify so like is that it? I'm trying to get the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. See if I can find it. I know it's in Isaiah. Salaki, brothers. Yeah, Khan. Isaiah 24:5. It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, those that are ruling, which is a Mr. Blanco. We saw Edom, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore has the curse devoured the earth, the wickedness has spread throughout the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. And how are they going to get burned? By that nuclear fire, man. That 200 million nuclear warheads hitting America and other parts of the world to destroy, to purge this place, man. Basically, you know, because that goes back to Genesis, the 6th chapter. We're in that because we say, well, the days of Noah, so shall be in the days of the Son of Man. So I was in the days of Noah, extreme wickedness. Isaiah 6, Genesis 6 and 11, I think it is. So the earth was corrupt before Yahweh, and the earth was filled with violence. And Yahweh looked upon the earth, behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh corrupted his way upon the earth. Man, we brought this out before. We always bring this out. So there's nothing new under the sun. But this time, this is the ultimate right here, man. This is the ultimate. This is the last time the Lord's going to bring his destruction, man. Because it's going to be a final destruction. It's going to be a complete destruction, man. And he did it the first time to show you how he's going to do it the second time. That first time he did with water. This time he's going to do it with fire in the form of 200 million nuclear missiles. This is all prophecy. This is all the judgment. This is all the truth. This is what we obtain, man. We obtain the truth of this, man. We obtain the truth of what's coming to America, man. So you Jakes, you're wasting your time trying to vote, trying to vote your way and go to the polls, like you say. It's a waste of time, man. Right now, brothers are in that spirit of diligence, man, making videos. That just means that the spirit is heavy upon the body right now, because the Lord's gearing up to do something. And that being said, just a few quick scriptures going into the judgment of America. You can go on and on with this subject, man, on and on. But the point of it is that, hey, you wasting your time, man. You're wasting your time. Hey, the scripture says you're not supposed to vote with someone that's not of your nation, man. So hey, the scripture says that too. That's just a waste of time, man. So most I willing to hope the lesson was edifying. Brothers keep on pushing to the fullest. Well, that one say, Kala Yabashim Mashai, honor, glory, and praise Yabashim Mashai. Brothers keep on pushing. Shalom.